support his family for the rest of their lives. And we've made the biggest fight in history. So 128 million people would disagree with you that it wasn't something amazing.
Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo.
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
But weight classes,
he's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him?
No, like, I get excited when, I don't know why, I get excited when I talk about Canelo like I used to get excited about Pacquiao.
Really?
You know, I used to get so excited, like, man, I'm gonna be able to fight Pacquiao.
Piers Morgan didn't just drop the MIC, he set the room on fire with truth bombs in a fiery sit-down with Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. With no hesitation, he spelled it out, Canelo should be worried. Because Crawford? He's lightning in motion. His speed dazzles, his accuracy is razor-sharp, and behind that flawless, multi-division record lies knockout power that can end a fight in an instant. Morgan wasn't hyping, it was a straight-up warning. He cautioned Canelo that if he dares to underestimate Crawford's ability to unravel his strategy and land clean, devastating shots, then not even his iconic chin or sharp fight IQ may be enough to carry him through.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make 168.
Morgan pressed both fighters during the interview, diving deep into what drives them, their routines, their mental edge, as they inch closer to a clash for undisputed super middleweight supremacy. Canelo, ever the picture of calm confidence, leaned on his relentless work ethic and the strength of the team behind him. For him, this isn't just another fight, it's a true challenge, one where he faces a master of speed, skill, and slick defense rather than raw power. Crawford, on the other hand, acknowledged Canelo's legendary strength and experience, but made one thing crystal clear, he's not scared. With swagger, he laid out his plan to control range, time his strikes, and dismantle opponents with clinical precision. At one point, Crawford tersely dropped a chilling line, "You're going to sleep," a reminder that both of these men carry the kind of power that can end it all in a heartbeat.
Kill me with your bare hands?
I could. I'll choke you
Look
out.
how quickly you both said yes.
That's true.
I wouldn't
Wow,
even punch
you
you.
both went yeah. like you want to right now.
You want me to lie you?
Wow.
No.
Both of you like, bang, bang, yeah, right now.
For sure.
You could, right?
Definitely.
You could kill me with just,
Easy.
really?
Yeah.
How would you kill me out of interest?
Just one punch.
Really?
Yeah. Because, let me tell you why. Because you don't used to
Getting hit.
getting here, so.
You've no idea about my fight record.
Oh, well, I don't know, but
I grew up with two brothers. Trust me.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 60.
You going to sleep. He said I'm 60. You going to
No,
sleep.
mate, I've sparred with Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, spar.
There's a video.
We talk about bare knuckles, you're going to sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
because you know,
Look at the relish you both say that.
Piers Morgan didn't hold back, drilling into the heart of their fears and flaws, especially whether Canelo, famed for his toughness, should be concerned about the sharp, surgical style Crawford brings to the ring. Morgan even floated the idea that Canelo might actually be the underdog this time, a bold claim that only amped up the tension. Yet through it all, Alvarez's calm, unshakable focus never wavered. Crawford, meanwhile, slipped into mind games, dropping hints that his arsenal runs deeper than anyone realizes, a quiet warning that he's playing chess while others are throwing punches.
Come fight time, we definitely gonna try to take each other's heads off, and the closer the fight goes, we both gonna be eager to, show who's the more dominant fighter, and our intentions is gonna be pure, but at the same time, it's not gonna be friendly, so I think you can be, cordial in building a fight up.
I mean, I'm impressed that you can do this.
for
professionals. We've been doing this
No,
for a long
I
time.
get it. But I also know there's a reality.
Crawford coolly pegged his chances of victory at 70%, a number that radiated quiet confidence, not cockiness, the kind only an elite athlete with a clear vision of success could claim. Canelo responded in stride, conceding a 30% edge to his rival, but quickly flipped the script, reminding everyone that even a single percentage point can tip the balance in a fight of this magnitude. In that moment, it became clear this battle isn't just physical, it's a mental war. Crawford believes the odds lean his way, while Canelo refuses to let any level of belief slip past unchecked. The black and white tone of their answers reveal just how locked in these two champions are, each ready to stake far more than a belt. Because in this collision, it's not just titles on the line, it's legacy, pride, and the very shape of boxing's future.
And deteriorate, in camp. But, a win against Canelo Alvarez, what it would do to my career would put me, on Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
I think I would be one of the greatest fighters ever.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out, from Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't just...
Obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not.
Kovalev
we have to
was
respect
older.
the power of Canelo.
And he does, don't get me wrong, he does have a lot of power. But all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo though?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Crawford made it clear, this fight isn't about who looks bigger on paper. He reminded everyone that he and Canelo stand eye to eye at 5 feet 8 inches, and in fact, he's got the longer reach. Sure, Canelo might be thicker, more compact, but as Crawford put it, he's a heavy dude, but not a big guy. He pushed back on the narrative that there's a true size mismatch here, pointing out the real difference lies in weight class history, not height. While Crawford climbed the ladder from lightweight to light middleweight, Canelo has touched the light heavyweight ranks. That's where the contrast lies, not in inches, but in pounds and parts.
Fight, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you're still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk. With the right business come across the table, it happened. I just be talking, man. Canelo a big dude, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe in my abilities. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. Like, he's 5'8", I'm 5'8", you know what I mean? My arm's longer than his, so that fight would be good.
How is Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Look, because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
But weight classes.
He's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No. He's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6. If you add on 3. Crawford has the ability to slow things down in the ring that very few people have, and to see things that nobody else can see because he slows it down. Yeah, he's got great power. He carried it up. Yeah, he's got good hand speed. Yeah, he's got all that. He's got good technique. His coaches do a tremendous job with him. But the timing is impeccable. It's better than anyone else's. Why? Because of this. When a guy has that ingredient, and very, very few have, I can't count him out in anything.
At first, Canelo brushed off the idea of a showdown with Crawford. But lately, his tone has shifted. Now he's open, saying he'll take on anyone, as long as it makes sense for his legacy and the paycheck. Canelo Alvarez, the pride of Mexico, is no ordinary fighter. He's a 4-division world champion and currently rules as the undisputed super middleweight king. Known for his explosive power, slick defense, and adaptability in the ring, Canelo has taken down some of the sport's biggest names, carving out his legacy as one of boxing's true elite.
Floyd Mayweather at what? You're 23?
23.
That's so Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him, because you know, if you beat him, you wanna be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you
I
think
think it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws. And follow for more.
Juan Manuel Marquez hasn't held back his skepticism about the looming Canelo vs. Crawford showdown. In his eyes, Crawford's rapid climb through 2 weight divisions could spell real trouble. Marquez pointed to Crawford's bout with Israel Madmov at 150 pounds, where he appeared sluggish, lacking the sharpness and knockout power fans are used to. It raises a crucial question: will adding even more weight up to 168 pounds give Crawford the strength and speed he needs, or take it away? With a serious tone, Marquez admitted, "I hate the fight." He looked slow and lacked force moving up divisions. He believes Crawford is walking into one of the toughest challenges of his career. Marquez also made it clear that weight classes exist for a reason, hinting that Crawford might be stretching beyond his natural boundaries in pursuit of super middleweight glory.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right.
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for and Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and 3 more divisions. Two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches, but I think the weight class is no good for him.
All right, we have to talk about this. Terence Crawford just tweeted, Canelo versus Crawford is definitely by far the biggest fight in boxing. This guy is not playing around. All right. Crawford, pound for pound, number 1. Canelo, biggest star in boxing still at the moment. Anywhere. I'm not talking about just in the US, Mexico, the UK, everywhere. Canelo is now open. At first it was, hey, I can't go down to 160. I can't do a catch weight of 160. If he wants to fight me, it's gonna be at 168. Plus, I'm not gonna get any credit if I beat a Terence Crawford. It would be like Terence Crawford fighting Tank, moving 2 weight classes up, and I'm not gonna get credit for that. Terence Crawford is a special fighter. He is like a Floyd and a Manny that can move up to weight classes, carry his power, can beat up bigger guys. He's a special
Terence Crawford's confidence was on full display during a fiery press conference in New York, where tensions flared as he squared off with Canelo Alvarez. When Canelo floated the idea of using a smaller ring, Crawford didn't flinch, and instead, he fired back, saying the only running he'd be doing was upside Canelo's very big head, pointing directly at him. It wasn't just trash talk, Crawford was diving headfirst into psychological warfare. "I'm hunting everything he's got and planning to take it," he declared. The message was loud and clear. This wasn't just a fight to win, it was a statement to shape the sport. Crawford's intensity and razor-sharp focus painted the picture of a man locked in for dominance, both mentally and physically, but across from him stands a legend. Canelo Alvarez, a powerhouse in the super middleweight division, brings a staggering record of 63 wins, just 2 losses and 2 draws, including 39 knockouts. A 4-division world champion, super middleweight, middleweight, junior middleweight, and light heavyweight, Canelo cemented his greatness in 2021 by beating Caleb Plant and becoming the first undisputed super middleweight king. Yet there's a quiet truth lurking behind the numbers. This isn't the same Canelo. The hunger, the urgency, it's faded.
Good friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better. You know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out. You know what I'm saying?
Once a relentless attacker who kept opponents under fire early, he now averages 30 punches per round, often coasting to decisions instead of going for the kill. The power's still there, but the engine isn't revving the same. That's the toll of time. At 34, with a 5'8" frame and countless wars behind him, Canelo isn't just older, he's older in boxing years, maybe 30 going on 45. The desire to take dangerous chances against younger, hungrier fighters isn't what it used to be. Still, he's no easy target. His blend of power, agility, and veteran experience makes him a formidable force. His most recent win, a clear unanimous decision over William Skull in May 2025, reminded the world that even as the years pile on, Canelo's technical mastery and ring IQ remain elite. But the winds are shifting. One of those reading the signs is respected trainer Bill Haney. He's not just picking Crawford, he's standing with him. Haney's backing carries weight, his seen champions come and go, and his support adds credibility to the growing belief that Crawford might be the one to topple the king. In a fight loaded with legacy, risk, and pride, the battle lines are drawn. And the echoes from this night could ripple through boxing history.